And here we are for the mixed pairs between Victoria 1 and Queensland 2 at the 56th Australian Indoor Bias Bowls Championship, hosted at the Blacktown Leisure Centre at Stanhope Gardens. So just completed their roll-up. Sue Kerr, former Western District lass, leads off and just overreached the green on the far side of the mat. Sue's now based in Geelong. Her partner in this event is Brett Mungine from Timboon, Western Victoria. And they've had a bit of a checkered run through the Nationals so far, but this will be the challenge for them. And Nettie Cooper and Angus Young are the Queensland entries. So Angus has played in many events and represented Australia, and so we'll see some challenging bowls. This mat's been a little bit challenging for some of the players, a little bit too speed, but this is a new mat, so it's only a matter of days old as far as play is concerned. But everybody has now played on all of the different mats within the hall, so they've got a pretty fair idea of how they're running. Brett's a dairy farmer down in Timboon. Another great bowl there, answering the pressure of Angus. So some of the games are running a little bit behind schedule-wise, so there's been a few mats where we've had to relocate games onto mat 32. Lovely weight there from Angus, just causes the bowls to pop apart from the head. So the draw is on the second mat is Victoria versus Queensland 2, and the scores there were 10 to 21. Victoria's way, that's Noah Mungine. And big living the dream Jim from Queensland, former Victorian. So I welcome in, right, there we go. Yep, you're on.
Hi, my name's Cyrus. I'm from Team Queensland, and we're watching Nettie Cooper.
Angus is just giving instructions on the position of the jack and the bowl. So Nettie can apply a little bit of pressure. Draws in, covers the back of the head. So Brett follows suit. Puts another bowl into the head, nice and tight. At the moment, the Queensland bowl is holding shot. Just a little bit short with this one. You can hear in the background Noah Mungine becoming excited about the count over there. It's a 4 to Victoria on mat 32. Take them to 25 to 10 after 13 ends. Noah is Brett Mungine's son. The Mungine family has been a major contributor to Victorian indoor bowls with a number of players, and there's another couple at home waiting for an opportunity to get into the Victorian team. I'm sure Jason will be fired up to get a go once he retires from the farm. Jason's also heavily involved in cricket coaching. Girls are checking the position. 1 to Queensland after the first end. So this is your first time in the commentary line?
Oh yeah, first time commentary and first time at a nationals event for indoor bias bowl.
Yeah.
And
Congratulations on making the Queensland team. It's a big step up.
thank you very much.
So Nettie will lead off again. CC Pepper. Suka drawing through, just a little bit downhill is going in this direction. So the far side of the carpet is about 3/4 width. You get too wide, the bowl just hangs and doesn't come back. So this side, the commentary side of the mat, is fairly wide. And again, you've got to be fairly positive in your delivery. That is starting to settle in, but yep, you've just got to be positive and try and reach to the jack or visualise drawing just a foot or so behind it to get the weight right. This is very deliberate in his action, preparing for the delivery, places it nicely behind the jack, in the right catching position for later in the end as the count mounts. Brett's picked the weight pretty well, was sitting just short of the jack. Angus has adjusted his weight. Looks like he's drawn second shot, just short of the Brett Mungine bowl. Brett's dropped the weight in that second shot. On his Facebook, so it's great to see Rob online. It's one of those things he says he doesn't need and wouldn't work out how to use. So he's now graduated to that. And we've got Caroline Jane Ferris online as well from Queensland, wishing Natty and Angus a bit of success. And we've got to give a shout out from Rob's old teammates, Big Jim and Nets. So, yeah, we want to catch up hopefully over the next couple of days with Big Jim and have another call for you. Angus is asking the question. Pressure's on. Roasting toucher. Pressure's on for Sue to replicate that resting toucher with a couple of shots. It's being a little bit tentative. It's a case of being a little overweight in these first 2 or 3 ends, just to settle in. Angus does have quite a range of shots and some very positive bowl delivery at times. He's on the draw this time. And, looks as though he picked the weight. Wick off the previous yellow. So indicates holding one. So Angus's next delivery may just move the jack slightly. He's under a little bit of pressure that there's 3 catches for Victoria on the far side of the mat. Maybe they'll try and draw down and touch the resting black bowl that's holding shot. Brett's added a little more pressure to the head. Tipped in the outside black. Would this be the first time Nettie's bowled with Angus at the Nationals? Maybe?
Potentially. Not too sure, sir.
Not too sure. Where do you play bowls in Queensland?
I play in the Ipswich Club.
Ipswich Club. Oh, right. Angus is trying to draw down onto that black bowl to just dislodge the ball out of the head. Didn't quite jam it. Smooth, possibly. See what Brett thinks of this. Players have 60 seconds to deliver their bowl. After the last bowl comes to rest. Brett may be waiting for the umpire to make the decision for him what shot to play. Here we go. One black. So gives it a 1-all in the after the first two ends. Score on map 32 is Victoria 1 28 to Queensland 2 on 10. Sue leads off, pushing uphill and finishes round about 12 inches short of the jack. Nettie follows through with a little bit more weight and draws the jack high. And shot. Sue Kerr responds with a second bowl, just equal on both sides. So she's again just a few inches short of the jack and of the head. Very important to get back bowls on this particular carpet. If you try to dead draw the jack, you'll drop short by anything between 2 and 3 feet. Dead draw is not real easy at all. Brett's bringing a little pressure to the head. No, also probably about a foot of weight more just to turn the bowls in. Can guarantee Angus won't be short. Beautiful weight. run into the three black bowls in front of the head. Change of hand for Brett. And shot to Brett. One to Victoria. Second shot is Queensland's at the moment. Angus will need to just add probably about a foot of weight. That could be too black. Just at the change home, but still early in the end. Now to the third delivery. So Sue will possibly try and get one behind the head into the box. Check the situation. Certainly reaching up. Beautifully done. Who's responded to Brett's instruction. Pushed another black bowl into the head. Looking at 2. So Nettie's reached right back to the back of the head in a very valuable position there because we didn't have a back bowl. And the fact Angus called that the bowls aren't lined up for a movement through the head means that it'll be difficult to play weight to get a conversion and the movement of the jack. So Brett will need to defend the back of the mat. He's certainly made a very heavy wall in front of the jack for Angus to work on. Angus has a fairly wicked weighted shot. In his arsenal of shots to play, but weight on its own is not going to necessarily get a good result. Just trying to decide the amount of weight to use. See how the call will be, and we'll see some scattering of bowls. This next delivery. Unfortunately, he's clean missed the head. That puts a lot of pressure onto Angus because Brett can add to the value of the head see how tight the head is from a perspective of bowls tightly drawn. Brett's working on moving the bowl in. He's moved one of his own out, but put it behind the shack, so that's the collector.
Quite the wall Victoria has built there, very heavy.
Angus plays some very weighted shots at times. I've seen some classic ones from him, and certainly not afraid to lean into the bowl and deliver it. Problem is not to add too many penalty shots to the situation. The penalty would be 4 shots if he happens to bump it over. From Brett, thanks for that. They did play together last year, Angus and Nettie. So thanks for that. Okay. Count begins. 1 and 2. And that's probably about it. Go on for the measures. The angle that I'm sitting on, I'd be inclined to favour the yellow bowl as the next shot. Very delicate measure. Moving the bowls that won't figure in the count. So 2 to Victoria. So that's a 3 to Victoria 1, 1 to Queensland 2, and 3 ends played. We have another game on mat 32, which will be Victoria versus South Australia, mixed 4s. Skipper will be Adrian Ballinger. And I'll keep some scores coming through on that one as well for you. Taking a bit more grass with this one, but just drop the weight off a fraction. Victoria are holding 2 shots just at the moment, with Brett delivering his second bowl. Potentially 3 shots there. Angus will be looking for the split between the bowls and the movement of the jack back. Just set the jack high bowl. It's up to Nettie and Sue to move the head a little more. Nettie forgot a cushion. He kneels on that. Sue's lifted the weight back nicely to the back of the head. Set the danger bowl of Queensland sitting back there. So the pressure is on to reach the head and move the jack back for Nettie. Fortunately, just a little bit wide. Still good at the back of the head there. So again, reaching to the head and just lodged the New South Wales, Queensland bowl. And they're now sitting with 2 shots. Angus's instructions are fairly complex and again one of those perfect shots if it comes to fruition. It's tightened it, but Victoria are holding it. They probably need something behind there or block up that front channel that is sitting on there. Thanks for the call, Sally. Yes, I hope he's not too crook after his treatment today, I think it was, or yesterday. Losing track of the days. Again, Sue's dropped her bowl short in the line of the jack. And see what this can do with that. Trying to come down that slightly wide side. Angus is commenting that the bowl's not turning out on that side, and that's what we've experienced most of the week. That as soon as you put a little bit of weight on there, they lose the line and might crawl back in, and but you've got to really stay inside of the 3/4 width to get the bowl to work it back under the centre line. So at the moment, Victoria's sitting with 2, possibly 3. Brett throws one way out and back. Again, didn't draw in. Angus still can promote a yellow bowl into the head and possibly even move the jack back to the remaining bowls. And Catherine, thank you for the birthday wish. It's the best birthday party anybody could ask for, to be at the national events each year. It's very enjoyable. Angus is playing with a bit of positive weight this time. They've just got on the wrong side of it. Taken one. Taken two. Drawing the measures. In the background you can hear Adrian Bellinger encouraging his team, Ian Hedger, Michelle Tate, and Lilac Canning. They're playing Derek Rose, Cheryl Clifford, Oliver Carr, and John Hargraves. Some of those are from New South Wales and Tassie. Cheryl Clifford is from Tassie. Oliver Carr is New South Wales. So again, South Australia having a shortage of players. Had to call on some outside assistance from other states, and Queensland have also had to call on some other players to fill in. So the result of that is 6 shots now on the scoreboard for Victoria, 1 shot to Queensland and 4 ends. Possibly the 5th end, I don't think they've changed the ends as yet. Playing the 5th. Delivery wasn't really good, but it's in the count. Sort of flicked the hand up a little bit, and the bowl dumped. The husband is also playing in the Nationals, Russell. So congratulations to the Carr family. So Nettie's given Queensland 2 shots on the opening end. Lots of excitement on mat 32. From South Australia, they've just managed to drag the jack back. Brett was a little fuller with his delivery, but Angus has pulled up short. Went about 2 feet short with the jack. Brett this time has taken a little bit off the delivery and drew the perfect shot between the 2 yellows and was sitting jack high. Drawing down the wide side, or the commentary complimentary side of the mat, but again dropped short. A little bit of a trap. But, it's a bit slower coming up that side of the mat, and unusual for Angus not to be making the full distance. Suker trails the jack, possibly down on the with that, but dragged it back beyond the yellow bowls. In control of the shot. Yet he's reaching out, dropping short, unfortunately. Again, just got to be positive to come up this side of the mat. Got to be positive. About a foot past the jack is the ideal weight. If you drop your weight off at all, you'll pay the price and cut across the head. Emphasis here is give it a good push. Eddie's certainly done that this time. That's pretty valuable back there. Not happy with the shot. Wanted a little better result, but at the time they had no bowls back in the box, so the danger was to wind up with a trail jack and no second shots. Brett's also has just quite enough grass.
Can definitely see how wide and how much push to go up that side everyone needs.
Just got to be that foot overweight to come up that side of the mat. Angus isn't happy with it. Just hasn't quite mastered this side of the mat, but that may have also cut Brett off from playing this side. He's going to continue down this side. A bit heavier weight. He's up and around it. Sitting back behind it.
Covering up the yellow there.
Yes, it's going to be a measure. And quite determined who's got the shot. For the type of shot, if you're holding it, you'd be looking to just draw lightly around the outside, roll the yellow in. This is in deep thought, visualising the shot behind the mat or collecting the bowl. He's also staying on the outside. He's already had 2 bowls short on this side. Unfortunately, he's run into another short bowls. So it goes to Victoria, 1 black. So a low-scoring game at this point. The crowd is getting a little bit more boisterous as the day's gone on. We've had the usual competition between Victoria and Tasmania, and the pressure's on in the late part of the day as the numbers are starting to be posted. Victoria came in to this morning's competition with a 5-shot or 5-point advantage over Tasmania. You can find the results on indoorbowlswarrnambool.com.au. So usually about 8 o'clock or a bit after the post goes up with the results from the day, and you can check each day's scores through that. I've got to thank the Tasmanian Indoor Bias Bowls group, along with the Bowls Fraternity Outdoor from Tasmania, for providing the live stream facilities and all the equipment. Makes a wonderful addition to our national competition to be able to bring it to you live. So in this case, Nettie's got a 2-shot starter here. Suka's just a little bit across the head. Sue and Brett are discussing the length of the head. Fairly difficult with the longer end to adjust weight. This is the downhill side. Even though we call it downhill, you've got to push the bowl. We've had rain and humid conditions over yesterday, and it seemed to change the match slightly. Angus has certainly given this bowl a good push, and it's rewarded him with the shot. So they're actually holding 3 at this point. Brett needs to be up. He's found the distance and collected the bowl, and Jack pushed it back. I think he's possibly given Queensland 1, but that's a big turn from 3. So you just got to believe to reach out, let the bowl flow, give it plenty of grass on this side. Angus has followed suit, drawn the perfect touching bowl to Brett, pushed him out of the way. So Brett's comment to Sue was yes, be up, reach the head. Sue's going to the narrower side of the mat. It's probably only half width. There he is coming down the wide side of the mat. Nice width, nice weight. Just pulling up though. So we just need to tighten the line up. It's probably only half width now. I was calling 3/4 width. Pulled in, moved second shot. Not quite in the count, but certainly gives Brett something to work with. Nettie's launch this one very positively. And down. Again, just contacting the lead bowls. Just holding it back. Score on map 32. Victoria 1 on 4 after 2 ends. 2 no score for South Australia. Brett's going down the narrower side, the far side of the net. Just not drawing in from there. You've got Brett was probably 3/4 width. Bowls aren't coming back in quickly enough.
I just have to duck off to my knees.
Lengthy discussion there between Angus and Nettie. Over a little bit of positive white. Just a bit narrow. That's not like Angus to be scared of being white. He's normally quite positive, but comments made. Brett's coming down that side. Didn't quite get into the gap. So at the moment, it would appear that they've got one shot for Queensland. I think Angus was trying to push the bowls in, dislodge the black bowls out of the head to get a number. So if we can see a positive shot, Nettie is indicating that she wants that opening. Let's see if Angus can thread the eye of the needle. He's done it. One yellow so far. Again, they're going for the measures. You can try and talk it up, but unfortunately, it's only one. See how they go with the weight this time. That's a good positive start. Who's following it through? Yeah, perfect response to the opening shot. Another perfect bowl. Resting touch up. Sue only has to reach her bowl for it to be effective. That's a good tight head opening for the Victorians and Queensland. And this is going to follow them down on that white narrow side. Again, just trying to reach the two black bowls. Beautiful weight. Jack high finished. So that's 2 shots to Queensland at the moment. Brett's equal to the challenge. The advantage the Victorians have at the moment is the number of bowls behind the Jack. Chances are of being able to move or dislodge the shot bowl. Angus has ever so gently reached the head. Didn't disturb anything. Jack's pretty well contained within the 3 or 4 bowls at the moment, so may take a bump to reposition it. It's currently sitting against the yellow bowl, so it would favour the Queenslanders, but Brett's coming down on that side. And yep, both bowls are touching. Just a matter of who's leaning harder against it. Eddie's charged with the altering of the head. Angus has given permission to play in. Certainly going to. That's the unfortunate part. If you add a little bit of weight, you've got to tighten your line so that you don't drift off the target. It's hard when you go from a draw to that slightly weighted shot. You've got to make those little corrections. So rattled the head, but nothing's eventuated there. So it's still a matter of playing up, playing on. Still again, pushing up into the head. Again, lots of wobbling, but nothing clearly altered. Brett's having a very close inspection, trying to find daylight. Challenge there is that there's only one Victorian bowl physically in the count. So we're down to the cigarette paper. The discussion is just which one's going to make it. But if we count it as an end, if they can't separate the two bowls, scores remain unchanged, and the count for the ends goes up. Brett, unfortunately, is... Sue's just breezed on by on the outside. Again, you've got to be down in that half to three-quarter width. Anything wider than that, the bowl just doesn't come back. I hope Helen's cooked you a good sponge, Frank. Frank and Helen Harney from Harney Media in Warrnambool. Played with a little bit of weight there, Angus. Rocked things. I don't know that it's changed anything. They're still trying to find daylight. Very lengthy discussion. So Brett's made the mind up. He's going to attack. He's going to rock something. He moved everything bar the shot bowl. They're leaning hard up. Goodness me. I'll have to get the searchlight out so they can see the gap between them. This is still looking at it and saying that we should be able to push the bowl out of the head. But, they don't want there, that black bowl. It's got to go. Given it just over the draw weight and dislodged the dislodge the jack from the group of two. Hard to say. It looks as though two black. Decision from Brett is, does he try and play a shot to try for four, or certainly playing for it and try and draw into the gap. He's looking very positive, and that's a three. That's a magic shot from Brett. The farmer is coming out at him. He's picking the gaps. If it was Arthur Finch, he'd be running over the gate post. But Brett's, lined it up as a top shot. And I see Rita Mungine online. Rita's one of our assistant managers, team managers here in Blacktown, and she's been a stalwart of the Nationals for many years, and has been looking after the juniors and all of the players with the refreshments and sweets, drinks. We have Max Wines graciously supplies Powerade for all the players and water so they can keep hydrated. One of the critical things that we find with this sport is keeping hydrated. Puts down a good bowl to the jack high position, promotes the first bowl back behind the jack. Score on mat 32 at the moment is 4 to Victoria, 1 to South Australia after 3 ends. Lots of noise, lots of cheering and clapping going on from Adrian. So John Hargraves is a very vocal skipper, keeping players chewed up. Brett trials the jack back, stays with it, holds one. Angus is going with the narrow hand, following Brett down. Again, just running into their own bowls. Brett may have to thread the eye of the needle this time because Angus has got a couple of bowls sitting on that outside line. And Brett successfully does that, threads the eye of a needle, taps the second shot out of the head of Queensland. And the score at the moment is 10 to Victoria 1. So Brett is 10 shots to 2 shots against Angus Young from Queensland. Angus responds to that challenge quite positively. Victoria is still probably holding 2 shots at this stage. Nettie is working down the narrow hand. Out very nicely. Up. Changed the head. Popped a Victorian bowl across, but opened it up. Suze responded with the another shot into the head, a little bit short of the jack, but again, position cut off the wide side. He was just a little bit wide. So on the changeover, Brett and Sue are holding 3 shots, or potentially 4 at this point. Question will be if Angus can use the lead yellow bowl to turn that shot in. That's if Brett hasn't covered it up. No, he just dropped short. So it's still on for Angus to come in just under the 2 yellows and press the shot. Kept it reasonably tight. Just trail through. It's given him an opportunity. It's also put a little pressure on Brett because he's now got a bowl that he's got to be conscious of, and he can't afford to pick the jack up and take it back. Just to remind that the scores will be up on indoorbowlswarrnambool.com.au later this evening after 8 o'clock. Have a look, and hopefully we'll have those there for you with the state of play after today's competition. That was, we're very thankful for the Blacktown Council's very great support for the cost of the venue. It's made this venue very affordable for the club, the New South Wales organisation. That looks like an absolute 1 to Angus, 1 from the clouds. Could change the momentum, a little bit of success like that, very positive. So 3 to 10 after 8 ends. Score on Mat 32, Victoria 1 versus South Australia 2. Score is 6-1 after 4. That's Adrian Bellinger playing John Hargraves. Ian Hedger, Lila Camilla, Michelle Tate in the Victorian team. Derek Rose, Cheryl Culford from Tasmania, Olive Carr from New South Wales, and John Hargraves makes up the South Australian team. This year we've had to recruit some players from other states to fill up some of the vacancies. So it's always important to be keeping your game up to a high standard and encourage people to trial for these events. The competition is tough, but you might be surprised that a lot of these players are not international players. They're ordinary pennant players, weekend bowlers, social bowlers. The game is still played in the same format as we know week to week. So again, Nettie has given them a good start. Queensland holding a couple of shots there. Angus has added to the value with that. So see what Brett Munjeen can do. He's clipped the shot bowl, sprung the jack slightly sideways. And he's suggesting a draw to bring the jack back into the Queensland bowls. Removing a bit of debris from the surface that I believe was there. Just steered through. Would have been better to have left it there. Brett's drawn down again. Another trail of the jack, dragging it away from the Queensland bowls. So there's probably still Queensland at this stage, holding a shot or two. And he's going to try and draw down through the middle. Again, this is the thing that we've seen quite often. When you try to draw the perfect shot, it pulls up a metre or so quick. You tend to play the slightly overweight shot to get the result. Trying to dead draw is quite difficult. It's handy if there's bowls in the head that you can lean on. That was Adrian Ballinger in the back, giving a little bit more of the promotional relief valve. Suker adds value again to the head. We're going to be joined by Sarge. So Glenn Sargent, welcome to the broadcast.
Good afternoon, Rex.
How's the day been so far for you?
We've been lucky. We've had a couple of wins today for the first time this week, so
You're playing your way into form.
Yeah, you could say that, but
Well, it's always a positive thing to work your way up.
yes, look, a win's a win's a win. And I guess, yeah, I've struggled a bit this week, but somehow I've got Jack and I have got 3 from 6 at the moment, so it's all not lost, but we've still got a lot of work to do if we're going to be finishing anywhere near the placing. So,
Well, the more important thing of the Jack Gore Trophy is up for grabs, and 3 from 3, 3 from 6 is that 50% point that we're looking for. 5 games is going to give us that opportunity of taking the Jack Gore home.
I was just having a chat with Matt Smith, our reserve, and he's keeping all the stats as far as the score is concerned, and he's quite happy with what we've scored so far, and we know we've got a lot of games still to be completed. So it sounds like a promising day again for Victoria at the moment. But
We had, I think, 5 points advantage coming in this morning,
that's correct.
and we've seen a couple of quite good wins in the junior brigade. So UV is having a real monster game when I came over before, and his mum in the women's fours had another game pretty well stitched up. So there were a couple of positives there. And certainly Adrian is pumped up. Still wonder about the white powder in the fire extinguishers. I keep wondering what he's sniffing.
I don't think it's the fire extinguishers. I think it might be something else that he's on.
A little bit like Big Jim, living the dream.
Anyway, so what's scores 10-3 on this, mate, with one
10-3.
more to go?
Yep.
Would it
And,
be 1 or 2 that Angus is holding at the moment?
yeah, Angus is holding it. He hasn't had a lot of luck. Brett's certainly putting the pressure on. But that'll be a couple to Queensland this time. The girls don't give much away. We're down to a measure. I thought it was
Yeah,
obvious.
Brett looked like he played a very good shot then. I think it was unfortunate that the bowl finished out in the finish. It could have easily jammed on top of the bowl and been a 0 end, but Sue sort of gives the indication that she is going to be 2 down, but she wanted to measure it.
Yeah. Well, the competition is tight, and every shot counts.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep.
2 down.
And you've been enjoying doing the commentary, Rex?
Yes, it's been very enlightening. Haven't put a bad bowl down so far, so I'm quite happy. Haven't put one off the side, and it's really great to have the opportunity to sit in the hot seat and see some of the best bowls and best games in the competition. We had a wonderful game last night with Anne Draffin and Heather Hopkinson. Down to the wire, one shot.
Last 3 ends of that was a very good finish. Very good finish for the Victorians.
Certainly with the Victorians being on a bus, they're all congregating around the teammates and the games that are still playing and giving them plenty of support. Still a case of attacking the jack about a foot of weight over. Still seems to be the rule. on these new mats, or are they changing a little bit as you've gone on?
Ow. Sorry. The mat that I just come off was one of the new mats down at the other end, and certainly very, very slow, but it was also turning a lot more than you expect for a slow mat, both sides,
Right.
and a really sharp turner on one side.
Ah,
So, but yeah, certainly, the slow mats, you want to be up early.
yep.
If you're not up, those short bowls can kill you early.
The humid conditions yesterday seemed to change the mats a little from what I got.
Yeah.
So you just
It's
walking
been
around.
interesting. You sort of get a feel for a mat the first half a dozen innings, and you feel that by the end of the game, you've changed your lines and changed your weight, and yeah, I can understand what you're saying there, Rex.
Yep.
Good ball there from Brett.
Yep. It's
He's covered up the key, but
covered it up and
Angus will
taken it
certainly have
away.
a chance to pop it back to his own.
He's
Not sure the angle on it, but I think he'll certainly be playing that.
I've been fairly good going while I'm terming the downhill side. I've been reaching that fairly well, but coming back this other way, they've been dropping short. And probably experienced that this morning as well. That was just that little bit different.
Angus has popped the jack for at least one, maybe two. Nice bowl.
Brett's coming to the outside, so this will be a wide side.
He's played it well too, Brett.
Yep.
Gone
Put
with it.
across. Put it out, back out in the open.
And how's the quality of this game been, Rex?
It's been quite good. Probably the score didn't reflect how close the game really is. From Angus's point of view, he drew a resting toucher when he was 5 down, and it was quite a difficult shot to draw in.
Yep.
And it's not as though they've Victoria got an easy ride to get to the 10 shots, but a little bit of luck wasn't there for Angus in a couple of cases.
You okay?
Brett certainly has been bowling very consistently and with good weight, and that's where the numbers built up.
Don't know whether you can hear that through our microphones.
Yes, Angus
Hey.
does it again, and
Adrian's just picked up a 7 on the reserve map.
yes,
Right, it's only 6.
6.
Sorry, I tell a lie.
So yes, that's the scream from the rafters of joy. Earlier, he had me wandering the courts, rinks, pumping up the Victorian team, and it was a contest who could yell the loudest. He won, hands down.
Oh, look, I'd still like to see Scott Hodgetts and Adrian have a playoff for that.
Yep. So there was many good on your mums and go Victorias.
And when I got asked to come over here, Fluffy's triples rink was playing Nathan Fiddler's triples rink, which included Scotty. And I think with 3 ends to go, there was one the difference. And certainly that's a big game,
Oh yes.
not only for the Jack Gore, but for the triples games medals as well. So
Yes. Scott will certainly keep you entertained as they're going. He's another excitable character around the mats. Looks like one.
That tighter side there. Brett was trying to find his way through the hole or get an inside edge to get back. Got the bowl full.
Well, the problem, of course, is that we haven't got a bowl behind the head. Only Queensland bowls back behind the jack, so pressure's on Brett just to keep the second, to keep it down to one shot. Second shot.
I think certainly Angus is moving it, but if Brett plays his last bowl well without any changes, there's a chance Brett can get to. Angus is trying to move the kitty. He's actually played the Victorian bowl out. He's holding at least two.
Possibly three.
Well, that's at least two and possibly four.
Yes. It is when I look at the screen. So you see, but on the camera it's looking like might be three. One, two, three. Looking at three, so that'll bring Queensland 2 up to 8 to 10 after the 10th end. Just measuring for the potential fourth bowl. Haven't got the schedule as yet for tomorrow's 3 down. Tomorrow's live stream at this stage, so I'm sure Sarge will put the microphone back on the table after giving it a swipe.
Just making myself at home, Rex.
Oh, yep, that's all right. Back to a little shorter end.
Angus is working his way back into the game here. It's now 10-8. 10-8 after 10.
Adrian is sitting at 13 to South Australia 2. 7 ends down, so some pretty happy campers on that one. He's drawn 2 nice bowls there. Going only one that's jack high. Sue trails the jack back nicely.
Better wait from Sue there. She had a couple of bowls on the tight side to be able to sit on, so she was certainly in a position to be more aggressive. Played it well.
you told us at the team meeting. Keep trailing Jack back.
I've had a few people come up to me today. The instructions with that were when you're playing the slow mats. If it works, then keep doing it.
Yes. Just didn't need the feather.
I think that was looking good. I think Brett was pretty happy with where it was pointing for a while too.
Just going for the draw. Didn't quite close the door.
Wow. Wow, threaded the needle. Super bowl by Brett.
Put 4 bowls out of the contention altogether.
Certainly gone from the end where the pressure was on and Angus was potential to make a number out of it all of a sudden the Victorians are in a position to be able to make a number, dominate the end. Still a number of bowls left, but
Changes the nature of it, doesn't it? Puts the pressure on trying to draw to the box. Not getting that line on this side of the mat. It's
I think
wide
Nanny felt
side.
like she bowled a good one then, that it wouldn't have gone off, shouldn't have gone off.
Doesn't have to be a resting touch. It'll be pressure bowl. The numbers are starting to mount like they are.
Nanny's played a good bowl there. Second shot now. A wide turning side. No draws. She's been able to take the pressure off Angus.
Hit the bowl, not the jack. I'll get hit.
Yeah, I think that was going to be okay from Sue.
Yeah.
I think if it didn't get the rod, I still think the weight was going to be all right. In the setup of the end here, it's a huge end. If Angus can get shot, he'd be very, very happy to get out of it.
I think so.
Brett would be thinking, potential to make a number. Angus played the Arthur Finch three-quarter wobble there. He's obviously been practicing them at home.
Yes. I thought it was the Arthur Finch standard delivery, not the three-quarter wobble. I thought Arthur was always on the wobble.
Lucky when Finchy first started playing the Victorian team to play a couple of years with Finchy in the triples and never seen a bowler able to bowl the three-quarter wobble the way he does.
Yes. I commented one day to him at Sunshine that about every bowl that he put down staggered its way to the end, and he said, "They're not staggering. That's my normal delivery."
Victorians holding two here. Angus didn't quite get in.
Just dropped the pace. Two down.
Two conceded. good in Victoria,
Yeah.
set up by Brett's second bowl.
The Wizard shot through the head.
Obviously very close with his first one, and decided
Stick with
he
it.
didn't have to make much for correction, and he nailed it. Great bowl.
Frustration showing there on Angus. Using the writing implement there on the table.
Nice start here from Sue.
Great roll. It's interesting to watch the body language of the players as they're going through the highs and lows, and how some respond positively and others allow negativeness to become very apparent.
We are human beings, Rex.
No.
We-
I thought that most of these top bowlers were just bloody robots. They could do the same thing all day, every day.
Wish it was that easy. Two great bowls from Sue.
Pressure on the opposition doing that. Michelle Tate's just taken the jack off on the 32 mat. But, that's a 3-shot penalty. But at the moment they're sitting there with 16 shots in hand. South Australia only 2 shots. And they've played 8 ends.
Another good ball there from Brett. He was a little worried for a while. Finished in a nice home.
Yes, Angus.
Angus very close. They want to trail the kitty back to his other bowl as well.
Yes. Brett's changed hands, trying to cut that option off. Just even though it's downhill, you've still got to be positive with your weight.
Chance here from Angus. Sits the ball clean. Great shot.
Cleans the shot. Again, 3 bowls for Victoria behind the jack.
Certainly. Sue's got a chance. Nice positive draw ball. Picks up the kitty and
Points is it in that group?
looks to be in a good area.
Little touch of it. Yep, laid it out. Nice clear instructions from Angus.
Ball from Nettie there. Covers all the danger.
Yep, she's followed the instructions to the letter.
watching this intently. Great ball from Brett
Beautifully
there.
done.
Two chances at that weight. Could have picked up the kitty, could have set the bowl for one. Angus does have two back bowls to be able to play to. The potential of playing forehand or backhand. Looks like he'll play backhand. Unfortunate there for Angus. He was looking at the inside of the bowl. He got the outside and pushed it across.
Pushing it out. Possibly 3 to 4 shots.
Just looking at where the angle of the jack is. It's going to be very hard for Angus to do anything other than trying to draw on top of the jack to save doing a number.
Just come down that outside and hang on.
Brett coming out on his back end was trying to draw through the hole to get another counter, but dropped in short, and maybe it's a little bit of a bottle. Victorian's holding 3 at the moment.
Probably
So maybe he did put a blocker in intentionally.
maybe. It's certainly come across.
I'll have to ask him that after the game.
Yeah, well, it depends. It'll be the perfect short bowl or it's slipped.
That's it, I think. Angus is looking at ploughing through black bowls there.
Mm.
He has got the ability to be able to play a draw bowl, but it's got to be perfect line, perfect weight down that side. But I think he might be looking at playing the blacks. Good save there from Nettie.
Yes. Safety boots. 3 down.
3 of the Victorians, 15-8 after 12. Another good end.
It's putting the pressure right back on to Queensland now. The ends are running out.
I think
Defensive game.
Angus will certainly start. Well, we saw an aggressive shot there, but I think shot selection now will be a little bit aggressive. He'll want to win the end, but he'll certainly want to give himself a chance to make a number.
Great. Good matching up of the leads. Keeping pressure on each other.
Good area. Again from Nettie.
Perfect.
Up the kitty. Fortunately for Nettie, I think she's given Brett a little bit of a look at sitting the bowl and dragging the jack. But was very, very close to getting a good result.
Two jack eye bowls. It's a bowl's delight, isn't it? When you see them sitting up like that. Ian Hedges certainly settled in as a lead in the mixed fours, previously being the skip for the mixed fours. Quite a role reversal. Given them a good start over there. They're 18-5 in front of South Australia at the moment after 9 ends. Gently drawn in. It's coming with a little bit of weight.
Looking to play through or through the split. I'd actually be happy with the result, happy with the fact that he's opened it up a little bit, gives him a look.
Angus isn't happy with the result of that.
Yeah, I think Angus would have loved to draw on top of the jack. Maybe move it a fraction just to tighten up the head, tighten up what he's looking at, what Sue's looking at.
So hits the jack on the nose, the yellow bowl will just go directly out. Just got the edge, opened it up, pass back through. A blocker in front.
Looking for a counter that also blocks. Probably the hardest bowl to do.
Oh, absolutely. Very, very difficult to be that precise, especially on this mat. So you're dead white shot tall. So he's got a slightly easier option to play with a little bit of weight. A little wobble in the bowl. Very good. Drag to the line.
Very good bowl there from Sue. Change the concept. The way everything looks, all of a sudden Victoria one down with all the back bowls. Angus looking for cover, then he can push her bowl behind or get behind herself. She's played that very well.
Covered the black bowl up.
This level, national titles, mixed pairs, the quality of bowlers that we've got here, you would expect to be seeing not only good head calls, but good weight control, good line. And I think we're seeing that. I know this is a difficult mat, but there's been a lot of quality bowls from what I've seen here in the last 15, 20 minutes.
Yes. And we've seen that also with the ladies' pairs, a number of international players in that is very impressive. At the moment, so it's still sitting there with possibly just the one shot for Queensland. Making numbers is the challenge for Angus. doesn't. May the third bowl into play there.
I think it's only one, but certainly Angus would be happy with where it's all finished, but he would have loved to have made a second shot out of it, but he wasn't far from it. As it is at the moment, Brett hasn't got a lot to play with.
No.
He can potentially play Angus's shot bowl out, but that could leave him vulnerable as well.
Two fingers up there from Nettie.
Certainly, I thought there was a potential that Angus might be able to make 4 out of that, but Brett, now that he's 2 down, probably cut out a lot of the potential of dropping a number. Angus is trying to look at the angles to move the kitty about 4 inches to make a 4, but I don't know that there's anything really lined up that can do it.
Looking at the grass. Tipped it over. They've got it to 3.
Angus thought he might have been able to move the jack enough to make 3. There was some slight movement of the jack, but not enough to make it that 3. Again, that's tightened up the score a little bit.
That's the thing, you just works on the 2 shots each end. He's back in business.
Absolutely. And certainly, I've talked in the past in the Australian team squad about the importance of the third last end. And here we are, third last end. Angus needs to win this. Brett obviously needs to win it, or wants to win it as well.
Pick up a couple of shots and gain that momentum. Yes, good side for Sue. Just a little bit more grass, and the weight's pretty well spot on.
And a good bowl here from Nettie.
Nettie's really risen to the top there. 2 resters.
Good effort from Sue.
Okay. Perfect spot
On
behind
the
the.
land of the bowl or the jack.
Yep.
Finished behind. Gave herself every opportunity. Certainly Angus will be trying to not only get a counter but also tighten it up.
Sprung it away.
He has tightened it up a little bit. Brett's got a split there to be able to play too.
Yes. Got that little funnel wall there to come in on.
Huge bowl coming here for Angus.
opportunity there.
To be able to play the big bowl at the right times, he can fill that hole.
He's opened the door for Brett again. Sitting with 3.
Brett was in the area. Didn't quite come home enough that he wanted.
Leaves the split for Sue to draw into and open it. Depends what Nettie does prior though. Overweight.
Bowling this one with intention soon.
Yeah, second shot. Challenge is on to hold the ball out wide. Pick up that front line. Done it.
More weight than I thought she needed to, but she's got her in Victoria's back bowl.
It's
The whole scheme of things.
couple of options there. Oh, that's pulled it back to 1.
Not sure that Angus can see to get the black bowl out clean. Trying to draw it. If he moves the kitty,
Maybe move the it. Sue's indicating it's 1, but whether it's leaning on it back against the blocks, 1 down. Okay, Brett's got the first of his bowls down. Didn't quite alter anything. He's allowing Angus to come at the fight.
looking at this, half an opportunity that Angus can play the black bowl out, but He might take one or two of his other yellows out as well, but I think he'd certainly be looking
Looking for
and wanting to favour his chances of playing it.
right. It's a firm shot.
He's tried to play it. He's got the inside of the black fallen back and made 3 out of that. Brilliant bowl. Obviously had options there.
Mm.
Didn't get quite what he was after, but he was able to play the weight to give himself 2 chances.
So the numbers are there. That's what he was trying to achieve on this third last end. Pick up a 3. Goes into the last 2 ends with only 2 shots in deficit. Game's in his grasp. So 3 shots to Angus.
He's obviously, Brett was worried that if he plays too much weight, he might take out his 4th shot. He didn't have a lot of other options. He tried to potentially cut it down. 3 down was better than a bad result. So 2 ends to go, 2 shots the difference.
Change of end, change of length. Slowing the game down a little while the Matt 32, they're on 11 ends. And quite a bit of activity going on over there, so they're just letting them settle down before they get into it.
Angus is certainly a student of the game and would have been discussing with Nettie what their tactics are for this end, short end, medium end, long end, what their strengths are, what the opposition weakness is, and what's their best chance of making a number.
They're equaling up. So both leads are playing at the highest standard we can expect.
It's been a good game to watch. I've enjoyed this.
Oh yes, as I said, best seats in the house. It's good to see Nicole Jackson up and around. Still struggling with health issues, but she's here with us.
Lovely
Dennis
bowl there
White.
from Sue. Yeah, I did have a little chat with Nicole. Must have been Tuesday. She was wanting to get the live stream, and we thought it was on Facebook. We couldn't get it on Facebook, and we looked up YouTube. We've got 2 options here, and so I pointed Nicole in the right direction with that, and I hope she's enjoyed the coverage.
Rob McCrabb is on the mend after some more treatment, and he's watching on YouTube as well.
Very good bowl there from Brett. I wish Rob all the best. I hope he gets well soon, and look forward to catching him up again soon. Rob was Games Master, I think it was at Warrnambool 2015. Would that be right, Rex?
That's right, yes. Magic job there, and he certainly showed us how to organise an event.
And he's a very good bowler too.
Oh, yeah.
Both Angus and Brett have dropped their level of concentration this end and dropped in a couple of short ones.
This is just working out all the angles to get his best side and instructions.
Chancy with Nettie.
Absolutely perfect.
Got the ball for shot. Obviously, shot for yellow. Will be huge this end. Shot for both sides, really. It's a lot easier to chase 2 to win on the last end than it is to chase 3 or 4 for a draw or a win.
So just bobbed up a little bit quick there and lost the weight. Notice both skippers are using the 2-fingered indications.
What is that, Rex?
Well, there's, most skippers use just the pointer digit. I've noticed both Brett and Angus using 2 fingers to make an indication of where they'd like the bowl to go. A double pointer, should I say.
So it's not a 2-finger salute, Rex?
Yeah, 2-fingered salute. No, not really, no.
Big ball coming here for Sue. She can draw one in, get a little bit of the kitty, but get him behind. Playing a little bit of weight to try and splash it.
Oh, just ever so slight. Under, never mind.
It's actually lined up
Does the
2 bowls to take out Brett's second shot. Wouldn't surprise me at all if Angus plays this.
plays through there? He's certainly got everything in the right spot to pick up 3.
Maybe he's going to get a feather of the kitty on the way, which may be the reason he doesn't, but from the angle that we're sitting here, it looks potential, but
Could also slide back into those 2 waiting black bowls.
that's right, if it does get some of the kitty, so he might not be playing it for that reason. I think it must be going to get some of the kitty, because I think Angus would be playing it if it wasn't. Try and play the draw ball.
Bowl to it, short.
Looking like he was trying to play a blocker there.
Again, Brett's only got to hold that second shot scenario. Goes into the last end, still 1 up. It has been pretty difficult to get multiples.
Played weight, he's got the rebound. Wow.
Talk about he's more luck than Ned Kelly. Then Ned wasn't that lucky.
think, yeah,
So rebound up.
the ball was lined up. Brett was obviously confident that he was going to be able to get a good result out of it.
Yes. Certainly.
Probably got a better result than he was anticipating, but first part of getting lucky is you've got to be up.
Well, as Robin Crabb said to me one day, the more I practice, the luckier I get. And that was inspired by Blackie Linehan, who always used to say to us, you must have been lucky to have won that one. Rob had the answer.
Angus was looking to get the ball onto the jack back to his, and he just got a feather
They're on the lead bowls.
off which took the pace off and put a different line. Nearly nailed that, and he would have been very, very confident. Halfway down, I would have thought. Not sure whether Brett's holding 2 or 3 at the moment, but
It's only 3 from what I get the angle I'm on.
it's
He's not going to bowl it.
certainly a case of, yeah, if you're 4 up on the last end, you back your chances.
No measure for the last one. So that's a handy buffer to carry in. Angus is practicing his weighted drive.
Actually, when we were at Pukekohe 2024 New Zealand TV breakfast show, we were there one morning and they had a little bit of a article on the indoor bowls at Pukekohe on the test series, and they actually got Angus to play a full bowl drive on a 24-foot mat to go to a ad break.
All right.
So you can see Angus there with the big step, and he really let it go. And it come up on my Facebook feed this week,
Oh,
and I look at it again, and it's like, yeah, okay, this is fun.
yeah.
Some people will be thinking indoor bowls. Okay, that's what we do for indoor bowls.
I do remember there was a series of bowls Facebook posts from New Zealand with one of their star players demonstrating on how to clear the mat of bowls. And I think there was something like about 7 minutes of full-blooded weighted shots. And I think if you look it up, it's still available.
Yep. I think I know the one you're talking about, Rex, yeah. Certainly, the highlights of their nationals are something to see. Some of the big results in the big games with their bowls, with their weighted bowls. They're certainly not scared to be able to have a crack at anything that looks like a chance of taking a fair few bowls off. And I've seen scenarios where all 7 yellow bowls, for the want of saying a colour, have gone off and left 6 black bowls there.
Yes. It's definitely full-blooded enthusiasm that they launch into it. It is close. The umpire's going back for a second dip. Leads to the orange, so that's 2 black. That's a 4 shot. Last end. Sue Curve leads off. Quite getting the grass on this side of the mat. Eddie's taken the narrower hand and picked it up. No, it's just ducked across the head. Change your hand for Sue. Great correction. Get in there. Still room there for Nettie to get in.
For those who don't know Nettie, she is a former Kiwi. She does do the two knee kneel, as many Kiwis do.
It's, there's quite a few Kiwis in Queensland now with the better weather. So we see quite a bit of diversity of delivery. Yep. Brett's only got to keep working on getting second shot. Let numbers build up. Kept it on the mat.
It'll be a handy bowl for Angus. Free skipper's bowls, I'm sure. You're looking at some sort of a trial. Seems to have played good weight for this as well. If he doesn't trial it, he'll finish in the box.
Yes. Grabbed a handful of that. Oh, wonderful bowl. Popped.
Certainly popped it out where potentially the black ball can now go.
Yes, and that's looking at 3 shots.
Britt needs another ball on the head.
Got to get that bowl back in there. Sue's certainly not going to be short. Yep, changed it up. Remove that risk of 3.
Just contemplating his options here.
Coming down the
He's holding
side.
he's holding shot in 3rd and 4th.
Yep. Yeah.
Looking for Nettie to draw a counter.
He's indicating it. She thought it was short, but still just a little bit to work. Still room for Sue to get in.
It's a good error from Sue and good weight too.
Oh,
Super duper bowl, Sue.
magic point. Back to the control. Keeping the numbers under the wraps. at that. Angus
Looks
has
like
got
it could be too yellow there.
could be too yellow at that stage.
Um,
Angus is indicating a
Third and
lean
fourth.
out of the blacks.
And black looks to be holding third and fourth. So need to be promoting or getting rid of at least one of those blacks.
Matty has let it run. Taking the outside black. Potentially got back in there to a count of 3. Brett with the option of removing that last yellow bowl. Brett, beautiful weight.
Terrific bowl there from Brett. Does give Angus potentially a look at it, but you'd rather be in Brett's position at the moment.
Yes.
Just where they're sitting at the moment, Angus could thread the hole to set the black bowl off. But if he gets any part of the yellow in the process, potentially the jack would be going off itself. So
Is there a jack somewhere there?
jack hasn't moved.
It's still there. And it's behind the black bowl.
A lot of black bowls went off
No.
and a couple of yellows, and
So at this stage, Angus still has an opportunity. But the black bowl is in line with the jack, so he can't play a weighted shot onto the black.
by the look of it, there's an inch or two off the kitty, so there would be a little bit of a hole there.
Needs to be able to clip the edge of the black. Some way, it depends what
It's-
Brett does with his.
It's in a good area. Very good area.
Great defensive bowl there. Loaded it right up.
I think applause for Angus might have said it all, that any opportunity that Angus might have had to take it out might not be there now. Just wondering whether on the backhand the 3 yellows that are lined up are there to be able to take out the 2 blacks.
Only risk is that second bowl. Slowly, that'll take it out, but the second bowl may continue down to the back of the mat or off.
Yeah,
Dropping
it
the
looks,
number.
looks
would
like
only
it may
give
be
him
lined up to
3.
take the kitty off.
If he takes it off, it's a 4 shot, but it's a replay. So he still has an opportunity.
Brilliant,
Trailed it beautifully.
brilliant bowl for Angus to
Brilliant
to
bowl.
get one shot on the last end.
Yes,
I think
absolutely
Angus
brilliant.
must have been thinking potentially of the scenarios of losing some percentage, but he's played a brilliant bowl to get shot.
Well, thank you for watching. Carl has just told me that it's beer o'clock time. So thank you for being with us. We'll be back tomorrow from the Blacktown Centre, and keep an eye on Indoor Bowls Warrnambool website for the results tonight. And we'll see you